Hello everyone, my name is Gustavo Pereira. I'm from Porto, Portugal, and I have my own brand festival Neopop. I also lead the Made of You group, which represents and produces events like Brunch Electronic Lisbon, BPM Portugal, Elro Portugal. So Neopop started in 2006, initially as anti-pop because partners and vision and concept were slightly different, and as a demonstration of respect and also ethics. And this new chapter, we decided to, after 3 years, change the name to Neopop. And but yeah, going back to 2006, like at the time I was also managing a club in Porto, Industria, where I had international guests every weekend, and the idea of doing best of each year, and also adding some fresh, cool, and new names came up between some friends. Of course, festivals like Sona and others, but mainly Sona, were a big inspiration to us. But it all came from our head, and and basically based on what we had on that time to make it possible. Raul, one of my partners, had good connections in the tourism board from Viana do Castelo that made us easier to get the venue and also some permits, and very good conditions for the permits, as we had no sound restrictions or like capacity restrictions or running hour restrictions. So this also was pretty exciting and motivating us to go ahead and to do our thing at Viana do Castelo. Normally, we do the festival in the first or second weekend of August. Depends on our summer agenda, or also in the calendar where the depending on the weekend dates. It happens at Viana do Castelo, which is one of the most beautiful cities in Portugal. Its involvement with the Portuguese discoveries, and later on cod fishing and fishing, shows its traditional and important connection to the sea. Viana do Castelo is easily accessed from Porto or Vigo, Spain, where that allow us to have different crowds from Portugal or Spain. And in terms of geographically situation, it's a very good one for the festival, because allow us to have crowd from all these two countries. Well, the site is, for me, it's a bit suspicious to talk about it, but it's an unique and stunning one, and it's a real one. We don't need much more than the natural surroundings and the surroundings of the festival to create a special atmosphere and scenario. We have the river, the sea, the lighthouse, the trains, the shipyard, the castle, the mountain, the the sanctuary on the top of the hill. Well, it's mind blowing, for in my opinion. But come and see it from with your own eyes, and it's not. I don't see only see it and feel it, because I think it's more than only see it. Like, you have to feel it, because it's really unique and memorable. I believe we are pretty demanding, and sometimes picky with with some artists, in the bookings and selecting artists and acts that come to our festival. but at the same time we are pretty wide and open to different styles and of music and performance, because we think our vision and we think our mission here, sorry, is to educate also and to show and present different and new stuff to our crowd, and and we believe like our main site is already um, well. How can I say? It's really it's packed already, and it has a really a good demonstration of what's going on in terms of techno and house music. But outside the main venue, we believe we can do, and we are doing it, uh, different kinds of programmation, like as the theater, where we have more ambient and electronic acts, or also with a strong visual component. We also have like the camping, where we normally choose and book artists like from reggae to soul, disco, funk, you know. Um, it's not we don't want to be seen as a just a techno or house festival, you know, like we have all kinds of artists, we welcome every all kinds of artists and crowds. We also of course look for this aspect and this important detail, which is quality, and we believe into every kind of music there are talented and really interesting artists. So we try to present also in different atmospheres and different concepts and different types of events, um, this variety and this quality, and educate people with that. So yeah, mainly techno house, electro, down tempo, breakbeat, ambient, electronic acts, DJs, and live shows are taking place at our festival nowadays. Probably Michael Meyer was the first one to get to confirm. I'm not sure if it was him or Alexander Kowalski with Ken from Captain Comatose on the time. But it's funny because I'm not really sure. I don't remember pretty well who was the first act to be confirmed, but I remember who was the last one to be confirmed the first year, and it was Tiga, and it was a big fight with already like he was growing up and exploding on that time, and we had all the big festivals competition, and we were doing our best because this made sense on that time for him to come, and it was also important to us. As for me, my first booking ever was Charles Webster from Pete's Frog, and it was done with Alex Lindblad from Backroom Entertainments, which is still a good friend, and for me one of the best professionals I've ever met. From the festival, the first time Richie Oden played was without any doubt memorable, and will stay in my head forever because um, a lot of different situations, and one of them, which he was not performing in Portugal for a while already, like I don't know, 4 or 5 years, um, and yet a big connection with Portugal in the 90s, and it was playing regularly in the 90s, yet a huge crowd that always welcomed, and it was um, special for these people. Also for me, from all this background as with this all Elias as Plastic Man or Secret Breaker or Fuse, Richie was, and he still is, like a big inspiration and one of the artists I most admire. And of course, this was his come back to Portugal to my festival through me was for sure something I will never forget. Then I don't like to select um, special sets or memorable sets because I don't think I'm being fair to all the artists that perform because some of them I book them and then I'm not physically and mentally available to listen to them uh, or even I don't spend the proper time to understand or to interpretate what they wanted to do. But I keep in my mind some some performance from like as for example like Atta from Johnson closing, Wine on Me Brothers closing, Cobblestone Jazz live, Super Meyer, James Ruskin, J. Deep, Back to Back Zadig, Solar, even Smack, John Digwood. I don't know. I could name loads of them. And also, of course, the live shows from Saint Germain, Modern Art, Kraftwerk, and the World that have been super special to me. Last year, it was a tough year, and we because we had a big storm, and we had to improvise tents and all the layout from the venue to be prepared for this storm and to these rainy days, and so we could welcome and give conditions, the proper conditions and good conditions for the crowd and for the artists to enjoy and to deliver their performance. So the last day in the closing was done by Laurent Garnier, which was supposed to play 3 hours. He played 5 hours and a half because really had to close. But it was really nice for me, for all the staff, for all the crowd, because we already had some sun. We had everything was ending. Everyone was happy and super relieved that our efforts made it worth. And it was without any doubt one of that sets that will keep in my mind and my memory forever. So at our festival, we are we like to have all kinds of people. You know, like at this moment, we have people from all around the world. We have around 45 to 50 different nationalities at the moment. And in terms of kind of people, we have the most passionate ravers till the most alternative ones who just come to listen to one or two artists that really want to listen to and they really appreciate, and then they go home. Um, but yeah, I'm really proud uh, of the crowd we have because from the most rich to the most simple people, I don't see any discrimination, and I see everyone acting like they're all one. You know, like a pure rave and feeling. You know. It's a tough one to answer, but I think it's the authenticity, the love we put in every single detail, our team that is a big family, the venue, the mix of artists and people, our background as ravers also allows us to put a different special touch on it. I'm completely sure about it, and also the way we communicate with our crowd and artists, it's very special and unique. Our annual marketing campaigns are always so creative and distinct from all the others that yes, I think basically it's that I'm not more than others, we're just different in some details, and that's what makes us more unique and also distinguishes us from the others. Apart from all the other challenges everyone is having and facing every day and every year, not talking about this weird year for everyone, but our main challenge is every year, like we do a festival in August, but still weather conditions and the weather forecast is one of our main issues, if we can say. What I want to tell you more. Well, yes, I want to tell you one more thing that's really important, and it's that I'm really tired of all this bullshit and this really weird and strange year we're living, and I miss you all. And when I say all, like I say crowd, of course, especially, and artists, journalists, promoters, competition, everyone, you know. I want my events and everyone's events back, and to keep to go back to work. Even if I don't stop, I've never stopped working properly, but I want to go back to work full time, full mode, and on a serious and honest and professional way as we've been doing till now. Thank you for everything, and I hope to see you soon in in a dance floor somewhere. Thank you. Bye bye.